Hello everyone, this is your captain, Marty, the cool recruiter. I hope you're doing great despite the stormy weathers, stormy weathers on the tech market. Just in case anyone out there was wondering, you're not alone, right? The layoffs in tech are ongoing, and there are various reasons behind that. That we're going to go into today. But one thing I wanted to set clear from the beginning is that, in case you're wondering, is it me? It isn't you, it's everybody, all right? Most of us in tech are facing a storm, all right? You're not alone. 25,000 tech workers were laid off in the first weeks of January. Now, what's going on is that during the pandemic, during COVID, there was a hiring frenzy, basically. And, you know, executives have been justifying the mass layoffs that came shortly thereafter by blaming it on the pandemic hiring binge, blaming it also on the inflation, of course, but mostly like on the bench. But now we're back to the workforce sizes before that binge, right? And yet, the big tech companies are still laying off, and the reason they're still laying off is a very basic reason. The market is rewarding companies for that. They, companies making layoff see their stocks soar, basically. And so they're thinking, hey, let's do it again. And they feel it's all right to do it and do it again because, hey, everybody else is doing it. You also get cases of investors seeing that what's going on in the market, and maybe the companies that they're investing with is not cutting jobs, not making layoffs. So they go like, everybody else is cutting. Why aren't we cutting too? It does wonder for the stock price. And so they start cutting. It's like a herd mentality. I've seen that before with the binge. Let's call it the binge, like the hiring binge. I've spoken to executives of a major software company that does essentially a dashboard to manage Twitter accounts. Now, I won't name them, but you can figure it out, right? And I spoke to that C-suite executive, and I said, wait a minute, your software is a dashboard for Twitter or X account. And he said, well, that's oversimplifying it somewhat, but yeah, and that's the gist of it. And I asked, why do you need 1,000 software developers for that? And, he said quite simply, well, truthfully, Marty, everybody else is hiring, so we figured we'd be hiring as well. So there you go, the herd mentality. And now we see it, but in reverse. So everybody is laying off people, so let's lay off people. What you're going to see is news like, Meta cutting 5,000 jobs, and then a few, you scroll down a bit, and Meta has reported killer profits. That's the gist of it. I mean, there are some smaller companies that have to deal with like a limited runway and a market that's a bit cold at the moment. So yeah, some smaller players out there are making cuts and not hiring for for economic reasons. They want to maximize the runway that they have. But for the larger ones out there, man, it's the herd mentality taking over. So hang in there. I've set up a community of tech workers that I think you might be interested in joining. In times like these, we need to stick together, help one another, network with one another. Network is the keyword here. So look down below, somewhere below, and you'll see the details to become a member of the captain's crew and join me and the others on Tortuga Island, where we're going to network, share tips and advice on finding jobs, and just generally be authentic. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for listening, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.